Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host of Intellect Digest, and we have with us the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. This is an improved version on the Canvas 4 and the model number is A315. In this video, I'm going to give you a full review including an unboxing. I'll talk about the box content, design, build quality, form factor, display quality. I'll give you a quick gaming review, benchmarks review, camera test, audio playback, video playback, call quality, and everything that you need to know about the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. It is very slim, it's just 7mm, one of the slimmest phones that we have tested so far. Yes, the slimmest being the Gionee S5.5, but yes, this comes very close at 7mm. Let me quickly open the box and show you what's inside. So the first thing in the box is of course the phone itself. It comes in some plastic wraps. There's a sticker on front which says 5-inch screen, octa-core, some quick specifications here. This plastic can be removed. This is the 5-inch display and this is the white gold color. As you can see, looks fairly premium. There is a plastic coating at the rear as well, which tells you where are the SIM card slots and where you have the memory card slots, etc. So let me get rid of this plastic as well. There are also SAR values mentioned here. So the SAR value for this phone is 0.68 watt per kilogram for head and 0.61 watt per kilogram for body. So let me get rid of the sticker and show you how it looks from the rear. This is the gold color with white. The central part is gold. This is actual metallic shell in between, and on top and bottom you have some high quality polycarbonate plastics. In terms of design and build, this phone feels pretty good and is just 7mm, so you can see how slim it is. Just to give you a perspective, this is the phone that I use. It's a Moto X first generation and it looks very thick in front of the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. Let me keep this aside for a moment. I'll come back to the phone in a while. So let me first show you what else comes in the box. These are the earphones. Let me take them out of the cover. Standard 3.5mm earphones, and they are interestingly earpod style design, what we see on the Apple iPhone. So they are very different from what you see in conventional design. There is also an inline headset which can be used for accepting or rejecting the call. There's a button which is inbuilt and there is a microphone which is here. So seemingly a good quality earphone. Let me keep this aside. Then you have a standard wall charger. Nothing fancy here. Standard 1 ampere wall charger for quick charging. Then you have a standard USB to micro USB cable, again white in color for the white unit, and you have some documentation which is the user guide, warranty card, SAR information and some download information. You have a screen guard which is included in the package, and there is also a SIM removal tool. This tool is used for taking out the SIM card tray as well as the memory card tray. So let me demonstrate the same to you. There is a pinhole right here and the tray comes out, and this tray houses the micro SIM card, and there is also a micro SD card slot which is provided right here. This phone comes with 16GB internal memory and you can expand the memory by adding a micro SD card. On the other side you have another SIM card tray. This is the SIM 2 tray. So you just need to open this flap, and interestingly there is no tray on this side and a flap that opens up, and you have to insert the SIM card over here. We have just turned on this device and the first thing that welcomes us is the quick look. Quick look is something like the HTC blink feed that we see on phones. This will give you a quick magazine like look when on the screen. You will get the news feed as well as social media feed, and you can select what all you want to see. You can select the genres on which you want to see the news information, and you can also attach your social media profiles like Facebook and Twitter to see the updates on this site. So this is the first thing that greets us, and it is something very pleasing. And what you see here is 720p high definition AMOLED display, which is very saturated and very bright. Let me tone down the brightness a little so that we can see the display in a better way. So I'm putting it to automatic mode, which will tone it down, and now you can see the display much better. The viewing angles are great and I find the feel of the phone really fantastic in hand. This is the 5-inch display, and just below the display you have 3 touch capacitive buttons. These are the multitasking key. You have the home button and the back button, and these are backlit keys. On top you have standard earpiece. There is a 5 megapixel front facing camera. I'll give you a camera test in a minute. There are some sensors. On the right hand side you have SIM card tray that I've shown you earlier. This power or wake up key just below that, and it is fairly tactile, again finished in gold color. On the other side you have volume rocker, which is again very tactile and feels good to press. And there is, on the back you have this metal panel, Micromax branding. There is secondary mic hole for noise cancellation provided here. 13 megapixel rear camera which comes with LED flash, speaker mesh down here, and two small dots which you see here are protrusions to prevent the speaker from muffling when you put it on a flat surface. On top you have charging port, which is a standard micro USB, and a 3.5mm audio port. On the bottom it's fairly clean except for a small microphone hole. This is the primary microphone. One useful feature I wanted to point out in the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus is that it comes with an LED notification which is inside the earpiece. So if you look closely here, you will see a green light blinking inside, which means that there is some notification. So this is a notification LED. Let's talk about the camera on the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. It comes with an interesting widget that we saw first on the Canvas Nitro, and it comes with two powerful cameras. There is a 13 megapixel rear camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. So let me start with the normal photo mode. So I just click on this widget and takes me to the photo mode. I can quickly touch where I want to focus and take a picture. Let me try a different object here. This is a fairly capable camera sensor which has been provided. It's a 13 megapixel sensor. As you can see, it's taking super sharp pictures, and the display also is doing a good job at displaying those pictures. There are a lot of modes which have been provided. When you hit the mode button, you will see these modes which include normal mode. This is the live photo mode, or something like Zoe camera that we see on HTC. Then you have face beauty mode, you have the panorama mode. Apart from that, there are also some special modes which have been provided in this widget. So there is selfie mode, in which it will turn on the face beauty mode as well as the front facing camera. You can take a very good selfie by using the volume button. It will give you 3 seconds to pose. So you can take a very good selfie using this feature. So let's try and test the same. So this is me recording this video for you, and I'm gonna hit the volume button on this side. So it gives me time to pose and then takes a picture. The picture has come out good, and there is good level of detailing, and the face beauty mode also works because it is reducing some of the blemishes that you would normally see on my face. There is front and back mode, in which you can capture a picture in front and back. So half of the screen will be a scenic mode, and rest half will be the first front facing camera, so you can click some very interesting pictures. For example, I am shooting this phone, so I'll take the first half with this. So this is my first half of the frame, and this is me shooting this video. So second half will be me, and it will stitch the photo just like this, and you can now share it or save it for yourself. It's a very interesting mode, or front and back mode. Then you have a stabilized camera mode that we again saw first on the Micromax Canvas Nitro, in which it will wait for your hand to become stabilized and then take a picture. For example, if your hands are shaking and you are clicking on something, it will notice the shake and show it as a red line here. Say I decide to shoot this object, I focus here and click. It will wait until my hand stabilize and then will click a picture, this way reducing the blur from the picture. As you can see, the pictures clicked using this mode come out to be very sharp and very detailed, and there is minimal blur in such pictures. So it is a very cool and useful mode. It can also click high definition pictures as well as videos. So the video mode is here, and you can enter the settings here, which will give you quick settings, and you can control all the camera settings, etc. using these options provided here. Let me try and record a video here. So just for a sample, and let me show you the video details so that we can check how much resolution it's shooting in. So by default it's shooting in 1280 by 720, that is high definition. So it does support high definition shooting, and it gives you some standard options. For example, face detection on off. You can set the scene mode, automatic, night, sunset, etc. You can set the white balance, you can set exposure, ISO, and you can also use the timer options which is provided here. The modes are fairly simple and easy to use on the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. So the camera is fairly loaded, both the front as well as rear camera do a good job. The rear one is a 13 megapixel which comes with autofocus and flash, and the front facing camera is a 5 megapixel camera. Let me show you how the video playback looks like on this Super AMOLED display. I'll turn the volume to maximum so that you can see how this display is performing and how loud is the audio when you are viewing a video on the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. So the display comes out to be very vivid, and the audio is not that loud. It is not the loudest that we have seen in the price segment, but it is decent and easily audible. Let me play an audio track and show you how loud the speaker actually is. The inbuilt speakers are not that loud. They are decently loud, but I have tested the earphones and they sound really well when it comes to music consumption. They are very loud, clear, the bass is good, and the mid levels as well as treble is also very good. So the supplied earphones are very good in quality. These are earpod design and they sit very nicely near your ear canal and provide a very good music experience when it comes to playing music. Let's talk about the benchmark performance specifications of the Canvas 4 Plus from Micromax, and we tested it with Antutu version 5 and we got a score of 30,127. This score is very close to what we see on Snapdragon 800 devices like the Xiaomi Mi 3 etc. And this is a very good score for a phone which is priced in around 15,000 price bracket. So I think it's a very good performance when it comes to the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. When it comes to CPU, it is powered by an octa-core 1.7 GHz MediaTek processor, the popular MediaTek 1.7 GHz chipset. But there is some problem with this, a minor problem, which is heating. During the benchmark test, there is intensive processing and we noticed that there is some heat in this area. But this is not uncomfortably hot, it is slightly hot, and if you are not running very heavy processing applications, you will never notice it. But if you are playing heavy games, you will notice some sort of heat being dissipated at the rear, and since it is a large metal area, it will not get that hot, so the heat dissipation will be even and it will not get uncomfortably hot. It gets 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB internal memory, 1.7 GHz octa-core CPU. Let me show you the available storage that you get on this. So you have two partitions. Out of these two, one has 1.97 GB of space and other partition has around 10.65 GB of space. So you have around 11 to 12 GB of space which is available for the user, and if required you can expand the memory by adding a micro SD card to the micro SD card slot which is provided on this phone. Let me also show you the graphics benchmarks, and this uses a Mali 450MP GPU. On a 720p display, it gives amazing score of 67.7 frames per second, which means that it can run possibly every game that you throw at it, and with a 1.7 GHz octa-core CPU, it is fairly capable when it comes to gaming. Now let me show you gameplay on some of the popular games. The game we are playing here is the Frontline Commando 2 version 3, and it is very heavy on graphics, and as you can see, there is no problem playing this game. The frame response as well as the rendering on this phone is simply amazing. It's giving me very good response to my touch inputs, and I'm very accurately able to target and hit on my targets. The touch is very precise, the aiming is very precise, and the gameplay experience is simply smooth and seamless. It's one of the smoothest gaming experience on the Frontline Commando 2 that I have seen on any phone. Screen does look too good to be true. This is AMOLED display and is slightly oversaturated. The GPU is doing a very good job. We don't see any sort of frame drops or frame freeze here, which we notice in some of the phones. I just love the gaming experience on this phone just because the display here is so pleasing to use. Let me talk about the software and user interface. The Micromax Canvas 4 Plus comes with Android KitKat 4.4.2, comes with gesture features, which is very interesting. You just need to long press here and it will show you options, which includes gestures. Just hit on gestures and you can set these gestures for different tasks. So for example, pinch in, I can set it to play or pause music. So I'll just set to music play pause, and pinch out I'll set to say open app drawer. So whenever I am on the home screen and I pinch in, it will play the music. I pinch in again, it will pause the music, and when I pinch out, it will open the application drawer. Similarly, there are different gestures for which you can set different actions. This gesture feature comes in very handy but can be used only on the home screen and not while you are inside an application. This will not work here, it will work only on the home screen. Apart from that, the software user interface is very fast, very flashy, and is very snappy. It does not give you any sort of trouble or lag. When you hit on this multi-window button, it will show you all the running applications and will take you to the multitasking screen. When you swipe from the home screen towards the right hand side, you will see this quick look interface, which will show you quick news feed as well as social feed, which is cool. The overall user interface has not been tweaked too much, is very close to stock Android and works very fast and very snappy. The 1.7 GHz processor is doing its magic here. Let's do a quick call quality test on the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus. So I'll quickly dial a number, and one very interesting thing I observed about this dialer is that once you are dialing a number, you also see this option on the side. You can slide it and take notes while you are in call. For example, you can note down phone numbers. In between the call, you can note down information by putting it on speakerphone, and the clarity of call is fairly good. I have put it on speakerphone. It's fairly loud and clear. So when it comes to call quality, there is no problem. The signal reception also seems nice, and we are getting good strength of signal on Airtel Delhi network. Let's also talk about the internet browsing experience on the Canvas 4 Plus. So I'm going to render our home page in the inbuilt browser or the default browser, and we'll also try the same in Chrome browser, which comes preloaded. So let's try here. Intellect.digest.in is an image heavy website and comes with a lot of graphics, and it does manage to load properly and the rendering is smooth. The scrolling is also fairly smooth. It is not the best that we have seen in the price segment, but it does well, and the display quality, the AMOLED display here is giving some very rich details. The pinch to zoom works very fine, and the overall experience of internet browsing seems to be good. Now let me try and open this website in Chrome browser and see how well it works there. So now we are loading our website in Google Chrome, and Google Chrome seems to be doing it much better, and the performance seems to be better here because the rendering is much faster and smoother. Let me try scroll down on the page and see how well it scrolls. It is also better in terms of scrolling. So if you have to use the internet browsing on a Micromax Canvas 4 Plus, I would suggest use the Chrome browser, which also comes pre-installed. Summing up my review of the Micromax Canvas 4 Plus, I would say the performance is very good. The gaming performance is very impressive. The audio video playback is very good. The speakers of the phone are not loud enough, but the supplied earphones compensate for that, as they are very good in terms of quality. The premiumness and richness of the gold color is very good. This gold lining running all around the phone makes it look very premium. Just 7mm profile with dual SIM capability. Great set of cameras, a 13 megapixel and a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Overall performance with 1.7 GHz octa-core processor, 1 GB of RAM. This phone is very good and very attractive in the price segment of around 16,000 rupees. So it is a thumbs up from us. If you want to purchase one for yourself, I'm leaving some direct links below this video in the description section as well as on your screen, so you can check out this phone for the best deals. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button below, and for more such videos make sure you hit the subscribe button. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.